Alrighty, so I'm going to get this stream underway a minute early because I'm running late as it is. So hello and welcome, my name's Metamonin and today we'll be broadcasting round 7 of the GTE Sunday Series hosted at Spa Grand Prix track. So let's get right into business here. We'll have a look at the point scenario because we've got the drop rounds already in place. So as a result of that, Someone Awesome goes into the lead of the championship by only 8 points. So Ty Morgo's lost the lead of the championship because of that. So we'll go in order now. Someone Awesome with 142 points leading the charge. Ty Morgo closely following Someone Awesome with 134 points. So it's very close between the top two. Both split on a fair amount of wins in this series. And then we've got Angry Old Fella back this week. And he's hoping to keep his championship charge still in effect heading into the last round next week. He sees himself on 112 points, 30 points behind. Morningstar Mike, second in the Renault Clio Sunday Series. He's got a big task ahead to get back that 35 points that he's got behind Someone Awesome. And we got Heck, not going to make it for the rest of the series, but he's put on some really good performances. He was on 102 points, so he might stay in there for a top 7 finish. And we got Carmichael on 96. Extus, who's not going to be racing tonight, on 82. Scrappy, who's not racing tonight either, on 65. The Chapa on 59, and then obviously the rest is as follows. We've got Black Wildcats in tonight as well. He's on 15 points, so he's got a few positions to make up tonight based on that. So maybe a good round from him, might see him punch his way up into the top 10. So we'll get to the live scenes now. Now I'm not sure what happened. So yep, we're at live scenes now. That's good. So we've got a few drivers out on the track. Now we've got a couple of newcomers tonight in Dean 13112. He's looking pretty quick. Angry's still in the pits. We've got Nathan Hackett joining the grid tonight as well. And obviously Black Wildcats, after that top qualifying performance, didn't do so well in the race, but I expect him to come out charging again once again this round. So we'll see how he goes. So we'll go on board with Dean, who's losing a bit of the rear end. So who's actually out on track? So this is our championship leader. Seems as though he's on a hot lap maybe. He's had a little bit of damage to his car, unfortunately. So I'm not sure what's happened to the rear end there. His rear wing looks a bit bent. We'll see what happens. So I've reduced qualifying tonight as well. It's 15 minutes rather than the 30 minutes due to the delayed start. So apologies on my end. Ty Morgo's about to start a lap. We'll go on board with him. He's second in the championship, needs a big haul of points tonight. So if we count up the maximum amount of points tonight, we can get 6 points for pole, 40 points for a race win, and 1 point for fastest lap of the race. So realistically, you can get a total of 47 points tonight. 47 points on offer for these championship contenders. That's all good. Yeah, so 47 points. We're looking at some of the contenders that are below Someone Awesome to wanting to achieve that. Obviously for Someone Awesome, he'll also want to achieve that as well. But it's much more important for the guys like Ty Morgo, Angry Old Fella and Morningstar Mike to get all those points, to take them away from Someone Awesome. So wait and see what happens tonight. Being a shortened qualifying session, the crunch time will be a lot earlier for the drivers as well. So we're going to see some fast times earlier on in this session. So we've got 11 minutes to go. So still not much time left. And then we go into a 90-minute race. Went a bit wide there, Ty Morgo. Looking to keep it on track. It's looked clean pretty far. Went a bit wide, missed the apex ever so slightly there. Don't want to hit those bollards there because they'll give you a substantial amount of damage. So in the endurance race, you're going to have to try to avoid them. You've got to hope that other drivers take them out for you so you don't get damaged. So someone awesome posted 2:45.6, but that's an out lap. So Ty Morgo's lap will be a realistic reading. We'll see what pace is available. Slight lock up, front right lock up for Ty Morgo in the braking zone. Now what's this time for Ty Morgo? So pole of a 2:19 flat. I'm sure the pace is going to be upward though. Someone awesome. He's in the mid sector now. So we'll see how this is. And Dean 1312, 2:29.6. And we've got Morningstar Mike on P2 with 2:19.9. So top two. So Exo's also in here apparently, but I don't think he's actually racing. He'll still get points if he makes the grid, does a couple laps, that's fine. So if that's the case, Exo will be looking to get a few points here and there. We've got Carmichael on P4 of a 2:23.3. So someone awesome's about to cross the control line very soon. See what happens here. And he's went wide. It goes P3, so not fast enough for someone awesome. Go on board with Dean, who's in the mid-sector. He's driving the Ferrari tonight, so another one on the Ferrari bandwagon. He's one of our newcomers. We've got Nathan Hackett, he's still in the pits, a newcomer tonight. Probably seeing what's up in this series, so we'll see what happens with him. Black Wildcat still in the pits and hasn't recorded the time, so he'll be looking to get out on track fairly soon as well. So that time from Ty Morgo seems to be very competitive in the early stages of qualifying. We'll see if Dean can improve on that 2:29.6. Hasn't been in online racing for a while, so it might be a bit alien in the early stages of the race, but I'm sure the pace will come to him fairly quick. We got Angry in P5 with a 22.4. Ty Morgo goes slightly faster with a 2:18.6, so good pace from him. Now what's this going to be for Dean? Going to put him up into P4 with a 2:20.9, so he's almost on the points paying positions for qualifying. So Angry's in the pits. Go on board with Machapo, who's about to finish a lap. So we got 3 Chevys on the grid tonight. And I think we got 3 Ferraris at this stage and a couple of Fords. So another lap from Machapo. Nathan Hacker, he's on an out lap. I think someone awesome is also on an out lap. So Angry's just come out of the pits. We're going to stay on board with Machapo here. Looking very smooth through Ascari there. Very deep on the brakes, ending the long straight, trying to hit every apex, looking very clean, being very careful with where he puts the car. Nathan Hackett's time is invalid, exceeding track limits is the reason for that. So Chapo trying to keep a very clean lap. You can see where this puts him. Angry old fella, he seems to be struggling in P7, needs to find pace and needs to find it fast because he's going to have to clean clean sweep this round if he is to stay in a realistic charge for the last round. So it's going to be extremely difficult if he can't execute a good result tonight. As well as Morningstar Mike, because those two are greater than 30 points behind the lead of the championship. We've still got the top 9 in contention, but realistically, at least 4 of them will be out of contention tonight. So we'll wait and see what happens. So Morningstar Mike's also going faster with a 2:19.2 almost. We've got Dean going up in the P3 with a 2:20.1. Carmichael P4, 2:23. Someone awesome. He's all the way down in P5, and Machapo's really stuffed up that lap there. Exceeding track limits, that's going to mean his next lap will also be invalid. So Dean putting up some pretty good pace in qualifying. 4 minutes to go. He's in the points paying positions. At the moment, he'll get 2 points. There's still a lot of time to be gained there. And momentarily, Carmichael pips Morningstar Mike of P2 and relegates Dean down in the P4. So very good time from him. 2:19 flat in the Aston Martin, the lone Aston Martin in the field. He's putting on a good round so far. And he's one of the drivers that can stay in contention tonight as well. So he's going to try to keep the points in his favour. So if we quickly go to the point scenario. So he's 46 points down. So he's just in contention for the last round at this stage, Carmichael. So he's going to have to gain as much points on someone awesome as possible. Worst case scenario, he is 38 points down from Ty Morgo. So a maximum points paying of 47 points means that he's still in contention as it stands. So we're back to live scenes now. We'll stay on board for another lap. Someone awesome goes provisional pole with 2:18.4, beating Ty Morgo by 2/10. So that pace has come out of nowhere for someone awesome. Now, what does he have in response to that? What does Carmichael, what does Morningstar Mike, what does the rest of the field have in response to that time? We'll wait and see, because that could be disastrous for Carmichael's championship aspirations. And Dean going pole with a 2:18.3, beating someone awesome by 2/100th of a second. That is extremely close there by those two. So Carmichael's been dropped out of the top 3. And also Morningstar Mike, the biggest loser, he was second at one stage, now moved down to P5. Angry old fella exceeding track limits. So what's this time going to be for Carmichael? He's got to at least gain 4 attempts to make the top 3. He does not improve. Now does Morningstar Mike improve? He does not. Angry old fella seems to be done and dusted. Well, I'm board with Black Wildcats now. The only 2 drivers not to record a lap is Chapo and Nathan Hackett. So we'll stay on board here with Black Wildcats. He's in the last sector now. So that 2:41.4 would have been an outlap from him. And Dean with an awesome lap. A newcomer tonight, and he's already on provisional pole. But he's got to stay out there just in case someone awesome responds to that time. So he's going to have to try up at a pace if he's to maintain that pole as it stands. Ty Morgo, he cannot improve. So he's in pits. Carmichael, the one outside the top 3 that can improve, and Morningstar Mike. So Nathan Hackett gets the time, but it's an outlap. Black Wildcats gets a 2:24.5, so he gets one more shot at it. And he goes very deep in the turn 1. Exorcist, I don't think he's going to make the full race tonight. Someone awesome goes provisional pole of a 2:17.9, so there's a lot of work for Dean on this last lap. So, like I said, he has to stay out there and record a lap that is very competitive to pip Someone Awesome off pole. And he's just ahead of Exo here. And he's lost it. He's locked up the rears on the curb. We'll go on board with Carmichael, who's looking to gain 4/10. And he's bitten that. Now we're on board with Morningstar Mike. He's capable of improving here. Needs to gain at least half a second to get into the top 3. So for championship contender and Angry, not good signs for him. He's lost 6 points to Someone Awesome. That means he's 36 points down from the lead as it stands. And I think Dean, he's going to get one more shot at it. So we'll wait and see what happens with him. Yeah, it's going to be Mike's last lap done. He improves, but only goes up to P4. Someone Awesome's also on a lap, but the news here is, can Dean hit Someone Awesome to that pole position? We'll wait and see. Keeping it fairly clean. He's got to gain half a second if he's to get pole position. Very loose there. A lot of extra oversteer. I don't think this is an AI. I'm sure he's on another lap. But his last lap was invalid, so I'm not sure what's going to go on there. Does this improve the Black Wildcats? He does improve, but no improvement on the leaderboard. And a 2:16.5 by Someone Awesome. He's just blazed away with pole position here. So he's got pole position pretty much cemented with that. I don't think Dean can improve on that now. Because that is a very competitive lap time from Someone Awesome. Now we've had Exo Lee, so he's off to do what he needs to do. It's good to have him in this qualifying session. Oh, he's lost it there. Dean, he's invalidated his lap time. So that is officially done. Someone Awesome, championship leader, pole position. He's just blitzed the field here. Gotta take a screenshot for the results. So Someone Awesome, pole position. Dean, newcomer tonight, 2:18.3 from him. And Ty Morgo closely following Dean in P3. Morningstar Mike in P4. Got a lot of work to do with Morningstar Mike. Carmichael P5. Very good lap time from him though. And Machapo P6. Angry Old Fella in P7. He's P3 in the championship and needs to gain a lot of spots tonight. Black Wildcats in P8 and Nathan Hackett in P9. So we'll get to the race now. So championship leader is on pole position. He's going to have the dirty line though, but he has got the advantage with the inside line and starting slightly further up than Dean. So as for Ty Morgo, a good reaction time from him could see him up into P1 after turn 1, but it's got to be executed perfectly. Morningstar Mike, he's on the grippy side of the track, so if he can get a good start, he can jump up a couple positions from turn 1. Carmichael's got a bit of work to do there. He's going to have a lot less grip than the guys on the left-hand side, so Chapo, he's on the good side. Angry Old Fella, now this is extremely bad for him. Non-grippy side of the track, so he's going to have to execute off the line perfectly to even contend with the Black Wildcats, who could dip him of P7. Nathan Hackett in P9. So we'll go on board. Trackside view of Dean. It will give us the whole picture heading into turn 1. I haven't tested out the camera shots at this track, so we'll wait and see if they're any good. So we're 30 seconds away from green light racing. We've got a 90-minute race tonight. So who will be victorious tonight? Someone awesome already got 6 points out of the 47 points on offer. And here we go. The drivers are ready. Who's going to win tonight's race? We'll wait and see. And we're green for round 7 of the GTE Sunday Series. Awful start from Morningstar Mike. Dean got an awesome start, but he's stuck on the outside. He's going to try to do a crisscross here. He gets it done, but he has a lot of oversteer on exit. And that invites Ty Morgo up into P2. So Dean relegated back to P3. Morningstar Mike still holds on to P4. Angry Old Fella up 2 positions. He's in this battle here. He's going to get a corner cut for that. He's just following the pack here. Because Ty Morgo seems to be slowing down. I think he has a slowdown penalty there. He's lost 2 positions. So Morningstar Mike up in the P3. Dean up in the P2. Someone's hit the bollard. I think that was Ferrari or Dean. Someone awesome. Already out to a 1.3 second lead. So he's showing that he's got the early pace in the opening lap. And Dean's rotated it. So Angry Old Fella, the biggest winner on the opening lap. He is up 4 or 5 positions there. He's up 4 positions. And it's not even finished the opening lap. And the Chapo up 3. He started P8, I think. No, he started around where he is now. Biggest loser of that lap, Dean. Nathan Hackett gained a position. Black Wildcats lost a position, but he's going to overtake Nathan Hackett for it. He's got to slow down there. Carmichael, he's up 1 spot. Awesome effort from him. Going slightly wide. Might be a slowdown there. He's under pressure from the Chapo. He's still quite far back. And something's, Morningstar Mike, he's lost a few positions off the opening lap. Unfortunate for him, but plenty of time to make up positions here. So we'll go back to the front. Angry and Ty Morgo heated battle for P2. Both championship contenders. They're trying to chase down the championship leader in Someone Awesome, who's got a 3-second lead up ahead. So we'll wait and see how these battles unfold. So we've got a battle between Carmichael and Machapo. So Machapo, in the meantime, is overtaking Carmichael. What does Carmichael have in response? He locks up. Goes slightly wide at turn 1. He's still in the slipstream here. Morningstar might catch up to the battle for P4 due to this battle. So as for Machapo, something's happened to Carmichael. His car almost rotated there. A bit of a lag spike, and he's lost a lot of time. And Morningstar Mike might be able to make a move this lap. Black Wildcats, he's up in the P7. Nathan Hackett in P8. Dean already in the pits, so P2 to P9. Very awful start for him, but he's got a lot of time to gain up ground. Fortunately for him, Ty Morgo, he's 4 seconds off Someone Awesome already, so Someone Awesome really pumping out very quick lap times here. Angry Old Fella chasing down Ty Morgo still. Nothing's changed yet, but we'll soon see that. Chapo, he's slowly catching up with that pack. And Carmichael's gaining the lost ground that he lost to Machapo, but Morningstar Mike is also on the picture here. So the top 6 separated by 9 seconds. So a reasonably good opening first lap. We've had a couple rotations, not due to driver contact, but due to accelerator hungriness, I would assume at the hairpins. So a couple drivers, but sure they'll learn from their mistakes. Probably won't happen again in this race. And Morningstar Mike's going to run here on Carmichael. They're going to go side by side. Carmichael's got the inside running. Morningstar Mike having to drop out of it a bit. Could be able to set up a move heading into the chicane, and Carmichael goes wide. He might get a slowdown for that, and he does. So he's going to slow down. He doesn't want to get a time penalty. And Morningstar Michael with a lot of curb usage. And Carmichael rotates it, using a bit too much curb there. So that's for Morningstar. And sorry, but I didn't catch that. Angry Old Fella is up in the P2, so Ty Morgo must have made a mistake, or there was a generally a very good move from Angry Mate. So that's changed the championship scenario slightly there. So as for Angry, he currently sits, I'd say, 38 points down from the championship lead, because he will not have fastest lap of this race at this stage. So the Chapo in a very good P4. Morningstar Mike catching up to him, and Carmichael lost a couple of positions off the opening 2 laps, so he's going to be looking to gain that ground back. Top 5 finish for him will be very good. And something's happened to Angry. He's rotated his car. Something similar must have happened to Ty Morgo for that to happen. And Machapo's right on the tail of Angry here. Morningstar Mike's in this battle. So this is going to be pretty heated for P3. 39 points down from the championship lead now on Angry. And he goes wide. Machapo's going to be favoured by that mistake. But he goes wide as well. So he's lost a bit of time there. Morningstar Mike also following this battle closely. So we'll see how this unfolds, but I'm sure they're not going to be too aggressive at this stage in the race. They'll probably look to just hold on to what they got now. If a move presents itself and it's relatively easy to commit to, then well and truly do it. But if it's 100% risk, then you wouldn't take it. It's the sort of stuff you do in the later stages of the race. But for Morningstar Mike, he's got a lot of ground to make up. And it changes the perspective for him, because he needs to gain ground on someone awesome, as well as Angry Old Fella. As for Ty Morgo, he's slightly favoured in this championship scenario, because coming in he was only 8 points down. So he's still got a realistic difference there in points to pip someone awesome in the last round. Wait and see what happens. So Morningstar Mike dropping off this pack a bit, and Angry Old Fella, he's slightly dropping off this pack a bit too. So Angry Old Fella, his goal right now would be to overtake Ty Morgo. It's going to be extremely difficult. Nathan Hackett in pit lane. And as for Dean, he's pretty far down. He's going to have to gain a lot of ground. Black Wildcat's holding onto the car fairly well tonight. Carmichael, he's lost a bit more ground to the guys in front, but still keeping it relatively clean. Other than that rotation that happened earlier in this race. So I'm going to have to change something on Twitch, because I've done something wrong. I'm not playing R Factor, unfortunately. This is Project Cars. That's been there since the last stream. I've only just been notified that. So sorry for the viewers that think this is R Factor. Deeply apologise for that. So that should be updated now for Project Cars 2. It's just a bit behind tonight, so Machapo's lost a lot of ground to Angry Old Fella. So I'm just changing a couple settings in my stream stuff. So sorry for the misleading title there. Deeply apologise for that for the viewers on Twitch. Should only take a minute or two. Hopefully when I come back to view, there's quite a hefty battle going on. Hopefully it does happen. Just bear with me here, trying to get this stuff organised. So I forgot to add my title, the game title for the YouTube stream as well. And I've got a not made for kids, so just to cover my ass in case I swear or something. So that should be all good to go. So we're on board with Angry Old Fella, who's chasing down Ty Morgo for P2. We're still in the early stages of this race, 10 minutes gone. So someone awesome with a relatively long lead of 8.2 seconds from Ty Morgo. The championship leader just blazing away with this race already. I don't want to curse him earlier on. The Chapo doing fairly good. Carmichael's moved up a position, so Morningstar Mike's made a mistake at some point. So, very unfortunate scenes for Morningstar Mike. Black Wildcat still holding on fairly well. Dean is up one position from Nathan Hackett since Nathan Hackett pitted in a couple laps ago. So, we got no battles going on at this stage. But we'll see how our championship leader's tracking along. We'll see how he throws this car around. Because it might be quite different to how the others are throwing their cars around. But we've got to keep in mind he's in a completely different bit of machinery to the guys behind. The only other driver to be driving a Ford GT in this series is Morningstar Mike, and he currently sits P6. The guy behind, Ty Morgo, he's driving the Ferrari. Angry Old Fella, momentarily, he goes up in the P2. So I'm straight on to that. So there's going to be a battle here for P2. 3 championship contenders, 1, 2 and 3 respectively. But the championship standings is someone awesome, Ty Morgo, Angry Old Fella, and then Morningstar Mike in P4. So that's your top 4 as it stands. So as for Angry Old Fella and Morningstar Mike, they've got a lot of ground to gain because it's going to be only mathematical contention if it stays like this tonight. So they got to gain a big points haul on someone awesome to really put up a championship assault. So we'll wait and see how their movements track later on in this race. But we can't go past someone awesome for the race win tonight at this stage. 10 minutes in, and I'm already seeing a 10-second gap from first to second. So that shows the dominance of someone awesome. He's won 3 races out of the 6 races so far. So he's in very good form. Ty Morgo, he's won 2. And then Morningstar Mike has won 1. So Ford GT, they've won 4 races. The Ferrari's won 2. Chevy's hasn't won any, nor has the Aston Martin. We do not have the BMW, no one driving the BMW in this league. So there was a Porsche, but Scrappy isn't here tonight. He was the only Porsche in the field. So Machapo, he's trying to catch up to the podium positions. Carmichael slowly catching up the Machapo here, so looking pretty good for him. Morningstar Mike still struggling in P6. Seem to be losing a lot of rear grip because his car was extremely unsettled heading into that corner. Black Wildcats, he's only in the mid-sector, so he's got a lot of time to gain. Dean, he's only just on the lead lap. Someone awesome's chasing him down, so Nathan Hackett's already been lapped. He's getting out the way for people, and he seemed to have a lot of damage because he's lost his rear wing at some point in that lap. He's in pit lane, so we'll wait and see what happens there for Nathan Hackett. So Carmichael in P5, he's 2 seconds adrift from the Chapo. And in the meantime, Ty Morgo has got past Angry Oldfella, and he's got a 3-second gap over him already. So there must have been a mistake from Angry Oldfella for that to occur. So there's a lot of guys, a lot of championship contenders making costly mistakes. And Nathan Hackett seems to have retired. Unfortunate for him. I don't think he got any practice, so he's on the queues there. So, oh, Carmichael going wide on the grass. So that slowed him right down. Morningstar Mike, he's coming out of pit lane now. I'm not sure why he went in the pit lane. It wouldn't have been for tyres because it's only 15 minutes in. Black Wildcats followed him into pit lane as well. So Dean might be able to go up in the P7. Someone's requested their pit guys to come out now. So maybe there's a bit of strategy in play here. Maybe they can make it home at this stage. So could be a strategy play there for Morningstar Mike. Getting in the pits early, getting it done, getting on a fresh set of tyres, maybe a hard compound. Even though probably not the preferred tyre in this sort of condition, these sort of conditions, overcast conditions. The track's going to be a bit cold and it's going to be very, slippery. So the soft tyre would be the favoured one. So Machapo, he's in P4. He's catching up to Angry Oldfella. He goes wide there. He might get a time penalty for that. Slow down penalty. But I don't think he'll slow down because he doesn't want to lose any time to the guys in front. Trying to see if there's any battles going on here. And Black Wildcats locks up. So Dean, he's going to be right behind Black Wildcats very soon. So I'm starting to think a strategy play from Morningstar Mike. Just going to bring him back into this one. Carmichael's still sitting comfortably in P5. Machapo still chasing down Angry but lost 1 second on the last lap. More like a couple seconds based on the timings there. So last lap for everyone. Who's the fastest out on track? It was Angry Oldfella with a 2:19 flat. He's gained 1 second on championship leader. Someone awesome last lap. So he's starting after his pace, Angry Oldfella. He might be on the hard compound. I'm not quite sure. But he's starting to catch up to Ty Morgo as well, because last lap he gained second on him. So looking very good at this stage. Keeping it very clean after a couple costly mistakes. Still 14 seconds adrift from someone awesome. A very gettable time if you start the game in the next few laps. You want it to be within at least 8 seconds in the last 30 minutes of the race. So 6 seconds to gain in the next 50 minutes. It's well and truly doable. But Angry Oldfella, he's really catching up to the back end of Ty Morgo now. Ty Morgo seems to be a bit unsettled in the rear. Might have heated up the rear tyres a bit too much around the slow speed corners. Wait and see how this unfolds, because Angry, he's got good top end speed in the Chevy. Shaped like a bullet, so very minimal air resistance. And he's right on the tail of Ty Morgo right now. In that chicane, he gained pretty much half a second there. Last lap, a 2:18.9 from Angry. That is awesome pace. That is a second and a half quicker than Ty Morgo. And that's half a second quicker from someone awesome. So he's gaining quite quick on the 2 leaders in front of him. Leading off the accelerator through this fast section. Still right behind Ty Morgo. He's in the slipstream, only just. And he's really got to launch now. He might be able to make a move down the inside. He goes for it. He shows the nose. They're side by side. And he gets it done. Awesome move from Angry Old Fella there. Very deep on the brakes. And for Ty Morgo, he had to let out the accelerator there because he had to respect the driver in Angry Old Fella for making that move. Because that was awesome there. A little bit of a nudge, but it didn't seem to hurt Angry Old Fella. It didn't rotate him, so that's fair rubbing there. So Ty Morgo just letting him know he's not happy about him overtaking him. And obviously, as a driver, you would want to be the one out in front. And as for Angry, he's on a mission here because he's catching someone awesome extremely quick. And as for Carmichael, he's down 11 seconds on the Chapo. Morningstar might, like I said before, maybe a bit of a strategy play there. We've got Dean in P7 who's just overtaken Black Wildcats, and he's going to have to get out of the way here because someone awesome is right behind him. Black Wildcat surely getting the blue flags. He's going to have to let someone awesome through, and he got checked up a bit there. So someone awesome, he's getting held up here. I'm sure he's not going to be too happy. Should be able to make the move up here, but he's not making it easy for someone awesome. Someone awesome's just going to make the move down the inside because Black Wildcats has got to get out of the way then. Very deep on the brakes, but very high risk manoeuvre for overtaking a lap car there. And he's lost a lot of time there because Angry, he's almost within 11 seconds. So someone awesome lost an extremely extensive amount of time just overtaking Black Wildcat, who sees himself a lap down. The next car he has to cooperate with is Dean, but I'm pretty sure Dean, he's got fairly amounts of good pace to be able to keep it in front of someone awesome. You know, he qualified P2, he sees himself in P7. So an Angry Old Fella with awesome pace at this stage. Can it hold on though? That is the question. And someone, Ty Morgo, correction, he's lost a lot of time, that Angry, so he's looking a bit out of sync at this stage, but that might be to put the load off the tyres, just to try save them for the end of the race, or for the end of the stint, because you have to make a mandatory pit stop, but there's no specified rule on what you have to change. You can basically just go in the pit lane, just sit there for 5 seconds, and your pit stop's done. So you can still stay on the same set of tyres for the whole race if you really choose to, but high risk, but then also high reward because you've gained pretty much 20 seconds out of the pits. So if you were to go on that strategy, you'd have to be on the hard compound. And unfortunately for me, I cannot see what tyre compounds the drivers are on. So if I was able to know that information, I'd no doubt tell you. So Morgo, he's losing a lot of ground to Angry really upping his pace. Last lap was a 1:18.5. He's in a groove here, and that might be fastest lap of the race so far. So he's putting everything on the line. He might get a slowdown there. A bit happy over the inside curb. We'll wait and see though. So we're trying to find a battle back here. Morningstar Mike keeping the same gap that he's had for the past few laps, ever since he's made his way into pit lane. So like I said, I reckon it's well and truly a strategy play from him, making that early pit stop. He's in clean air, like Angry, also in clean air, who is punching out extremely fast lap times. Because Ty Morgo is now 4 seconds adrift from Angry Old Fella. The Chapo also catching up. Last lap, 6 tenths quicker than Ty Morgo. So catching up to the guy in front. Carmichael losing 2 tenths to Ty Morgo. Morningstar Mike, he's quicker than Ty Morgo last lap as well. So he's gaining. 2 tenths slower than Someone Awesome though. So lead's extended to Someone Awesome when we compare to the gap between him and Morningstar Mike. Angry Old Fella, he's within 10 seconds now, so he's really catching up, but he's got to deal with a bit of lap traffic here. He's got Dean and Black Wildcats to deal with. So I'm sure there's going to be a bit of talk over headsets saying that, yep, I'm coming through now, fellas. So hopefully that's how it's going. We'll wait and see how this unfolds for Angry Old Fella. He needs to get in front of the 2 lap cars now. So, yep, he's got past them with relative ease. Very good sportsmanship this time around from Dean and Black Wildcats. I know Dean wasn't the one that sort of held up Someone Awesome, but it's good that they've let him through that time around. So Angry Old Fella, he's within 9 seconds now. That's awesome pace from him. Still half an hour in, 30 minutes. We've still got 60 minutes to go. And it looks like it will be a 2-way battle, maybe a 3-way battle if Ty Morgo can play himself into this. But in the meantime, he has lost a bit of ground on the last lap, because a 2:30.6 last lap means he's made a mistake. So very unfortunate for Ty Morgo. These championship contenders are making some costly mistakes. And as for Morningstar Mike, he's slowly playing himself back into this game. He's pitted in. The only driver on the lead lap to have pitted in, and he's in clean air still, so looking to gain a lot of ground in the next half an hour. So we'll hop on board with Someone Awesome for this next lap. We'll see how he's tracking, because his pace seems to be dropping off a bit, and I want to see where he's struggling. I'm really curious to see what's happening to his pace, because it's just dropped off ever so slightly. Last lap, a 2:20.8. And we'll get the number to you when Angry Old Fella's crossed the line. A 2:19.3. So once again, 1.5 seconds quicker than Someone Awesome. The last lap, Angry Old Fella is on a mission here. But I think for Someone Awesome, he's got that buffer that he can let off the pace a bit. Especially early in this race, he wants to keep a straight car. Or he might even be fuel saving here. Because he's really short shifting here. Really careful on the accelerator as well. Ty Morgo, he's on the lap 13 as well. Machapo, he's 6 seconds down from Ty Morgo. 10 seconds behind Machapo is Carmichael. And 30 seconds down from Carmichael is Morningstar Mike. And both Dean and Black Wildcats respectively are a lap down, unfortunately. Dean, he qualified P2, so he's definitely got pace. But being a lap down, the race win, well and truly not in his hands at this very moment. He has pitted in, but I'm not sure if that was a strategy play or he's come in for damage. Whereas the difference with Morningstar Mike, I'm pretty sure it was a strategy play just to get himself out of the battle that he was stuck behind. So we'll wait and see if that is truly what happened for him. And as for Angry, he's keeping his pace pretty consistent. Someone awesome. Keeping it clean. But dropped off the pace a little bit. Might be suffering from a bit of understeer now. The front tyres might be heated up to an extent that he's got to cool them down. Last lap was a 2:19.5 from Someone Awesome. So that's well and truly faster than his last lap. And as for Angry, a 2:19.1, so still 4 tenths quicker for Angry Old Fella. He's playing himself into this battle. And it's fair to say, this track, Spa, really favouring the Chevy. So there's a lot of top-end speed straights here. The one that Someone Awesome is on now, he seems to be fuel saving because he's chucked it in the 6th gear pretty early on and not hitting the rev limiter. Angry Old Fella, he's really catching up, I tell you. Carmichael goes up in the P4 as well. Machapa going up in P3. So Ty Morgo, he's in pit lane. So he's pitted in on the first half an hour of this race. He'll be filling up now as well. So he's trying to gain some ground back on the leaders. So this puts Machapa up in the P3. Carmichael into P4. Got to keep in mind though, the top 4 haven't pitted in. And it is a requirement tonight that they do. It's not our feature round tonight. It is the endurance round. It's the second of the 3 endurance rounds. Next round will also be an endurance. And that will be at Le Mans. And that will be the finale. So this is the penultimate round that we're heading into. Angry Old Fella, he's had a slowdown penalty there. He's lost well and truly over a second right there from complying with that slowdown penalty. So he's going to gain that second back that he lost. And I'll be taking a couple minute break at the 45-minute mark just to get a drink. So we'll see Someone Awesome's last lap time. It should be around the 2:19 mark. So 2:19.5 once again, so 2 consistent 2:19.5s from Someone Awesome. And as for Angry, that's going to be a 2:21, I reckon. A 2:21.4, so he's lost 2 seconds in one lap to Someone Awesome. So sorry about these lag spikes here. A bit of internet difficulties, but it should be alright. So Machapo, what is going to happen here? He's not going in the pit lane. Carmichael, he's in the last sector now. The Angry Old Fella, he's looking to catch up this lost time. But the Chevy of Angry Old Fella is looking very good at this stage in the race. So hopefully his pace doesn't change for when it comes to the later stage. Because he's got some quite quick pace there. So the braking zone seemed to be extended for the guys that haven't pitted in. Carmichael is in. And he seems to have missed his pit box there. Dean is also in. So that's his second pit stop. I'm not sure who went past that. That was Morningstar Mike. So he's jumped. He's jumped both Ty Morgo and Carmichael. So awesome strategy play there from Morningstar Mike. He's really playing himself back into this game. Can he jump the Chapo? Can he jump Angry Old Fella? And can he jump Someone Awesome? It's a 1:14 second lead over Morningstar Mike for Someone Awesome. So a bit of time in hand there. So might come out 10 seconds adrift. So it looks like at this stage, Morningstar Mike, he's going to be rejoining Angry Old Fella for when he comes out of the pits. Now, is Angry Old Fella going to react to this? No, he's not. He's going to stay out. I'm not sure how much longer he's going to do so. But wait and see what his last lap time was. 2:20.3. So the pace is still relatively there. So there's going to be a long wait there for Someone Awesome. He's got to get it all filled up and ready to go for the last stint of the race, as far as I'm aware. Unless there's some alternate strategies out there that I'm not aware of. And we might see him in for a second time, but the highest possibility is that's the last time we'll see him transiting pit lane. In the meantime, the Chapo, he goes up in the P2. But Someone Awesome is right behind him, so there's going to be a battle here. And as for Morningstar Mike, he's well and truly out of this mix here. He's 30 seconds down from the lead. So I thought that time that he's gained would have got him into the picture, but I'm severely wrong here. I do apologise for that, but he's still in the game. Still on for a very good result because he has jumped Ty Morgo and Carmichael. So we'll wait and see. Now we'll go on board with Someone Awesome who is chasing down the Chapo who hasn't pitted in. So 30-second lead for Angry Old Fella over Someone Awesome. Angry Old Fella and the Chapo both got a pit in. So as for Angry Old Fella, if he really wants to keep himself in contention for the race win here, he's going to have to pit in this lap. His pace is going to drop off in comparison to Someone Awesome's newer tyre, and he's going to lose that lost ground that he gained in the last stint, the current stint. So the two guys in Machapo and Someone Awesome are catching up. But Machapo, he's really struggling here. He's trying to hold on. Someone Awesome, he's got quite a task ahead of him here. So as for Angry Old Fella, this is going to help him out quite substantially. But Someone Awesome, he's got a run here and he's got inside running, but he's lost a bit of pace there. Trying to get back into the slipstream. As for so Angry Old Fella is in the pits. Does that mean Machapo also responds to this? Or does he stay out one more lap? We'll wait and see. But as for Machapo, he's going one more lap at least. So that could help out Angry. So he looks to be almost exiting pit lane. I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll wait and see. He's probably still filling up. Someone Awesome. He's really on the tail of Machapo here. Angry is still in pit lane. So Morningstar Mike, he could jump Angry Old Fella here for P3. We'll wait and see what happens. He's just exiting his pit box now. Someone Awesome, he's trying to get past Machapo, who hasn't pitted in. He's going to send it down the inside. Shows the nose, but oh, we got a bit of a nudge there. Bit of a nudge. Now, if Someone Awesome wants to overtake there, that will be a bumping run, and that, unfortunately for him, will be penalised. But good sportsmanship by him to give that space that Machapo had back. Someone Awesome, provisional leader, he's got a 28-second lead over Angry Old Fella. Quite a huge lead. I'm not sure if Someone Awesome has got enough field out. I'm not sure. Machapo and Someone Awesome, with this battle going on, it's going to help our Angry Old Fella quite a lot. as well as Morningstar Mike and Ty Morgo, because those three guys are relatively close to one another. So as for Machapo, I'm not sure how long he's going to stay out, because we are almost halfway through right now. It's really slowing Someone Awesome down. He's going to send it down the inside. He shows the nose, but moves in the braking zone, and Machapo, he's rotated, and that slows Someone Awesome right down. Now, that right there will be classed as a racing incident because Machapo has rotated. He's back on the track now, but he might get a slowdown for what just happened there. Not sure if he cut the track, but all looks of it he has. So Morningstar Mike is still a fair way down from Angry Old Fella in P3. Ty Morgo, he's slowly catching up to Morningstar Mike. We've got Carmichael, he's lost a lot of time somewhere. I'm not sure what's happened to him, so costly mistake from him by the looks of it. But his last lap time was a 2:20.9, so reasonable pace from him in the Aston Martin. We'll go on board with the race leader. Last lap was a 2:23.9 from him, so really hindered by the last lap sitting behind Machapo there. So, but as for Machapo, he is racing for position there. Doesn't matter if he hasn't done a pit stop, he's still racing for position. Doesn't have to give it away. So it's good to see that Machapo was putting up a fight against the championship leader. And it was a very awesome battle. No puns intended. Someone Awesome. But Machapo, he's holding on pretty well here, but he's still got to make that pit stop. So, under 48 minutes to go, half the race is almost gone by. So, we're almost in the time zone that the drivers are going to make quite risky manoeuvres to get as far up in the points as possible. And that's for Black Wildcats and Dean, both around to forget from them. Dean with quite good pace for a 2:21.2 last lap. But Black Wildcats, he's really struggling. Last lap was a 2:31.1. He's got good quality pace, but he's got to find good race pace to be able to punch his way up. We'll wait and see if these differences change. Angry Old Fella, he's really blazing now. But he's got 26 seconds to find in the next 47 minutes. So for him, it's looking quite a difficult task for him. But like I said, we'll wait and see what happens. His last lap, he was 2 seconds slower than Someone Awesome, so the pace that Angry Old Fella had last stint looks to be diminishing now. So I'm not sure what's going on with his race pace, because Machapo was faster than Angry last lap, and Machapo's on older tyres, so that's saying something about the stability of Angry Old Fella's car in the second stint. Maybe his tyre pressures are too high from the pit stop, so I'm not sure. Maybe there's a little mistake in the pits with his tyre pressures. And Morningstar Mike also faster than Angry Old Fella last lap, so there's definitely something going on there for Angry. Ty Morgo, he's catching up to Morningstar Mike. Carmichael is also almost on the lead lap. He'll be on lap 19 now. Now we'll see where Someone Awesome is on track. He's in the last sector now, so still quite a huge amount of time to gain if Carmichael speed lap here. So right now I'm gonna go get a drink. We'll stay on board with Morningstar Mike, who is chasing down Angry Old Fella. So I'll keep you on board with him, and hopefully a battle unfolds while I'm gone. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm back. So nothing seemed to have unfolded, but Ty Morgo, he's gained ground on Morningstar Mike. So we'll see how this little battle here unfolds. But Angry Old Fella, he has gained ground on Someone Awesome for the race lead. So if he can keep that pace consistent, then we could see an extremely close battle in the closing stages of this race. And I'll be right back. Let me get my phone charger, so just bear with me here. go. 9 minutes to go now. I think I had my headset muted, unfortunately. So, does Angry have to make it to the end? We'll wait and see. But earlier, I was contemplating whether Morningstar might have the fuel to make it to the end, and obviously not. So, obviously that didn't get on stream. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens there. So sorry for no voice audio. Keep making little stuff ups in these streams the past couple of weeks, so I do apologise. So Angry, he's really coasting. So I reckon we could see him run out of fuel on the last lap if he's in that zone. Obviously we don't want to wish it on him, but if it's anything compared to Morningstar Mike, he's going to have to pit in, but we'll wait and see. 8 minutes to go. So, should be about 3 more laps after this one. He's really using every bit of the track, so he might have accumulated a few seconds worth of time penalties. So wait and see how it unfolds at the end of the race, because I do not have that information available for me. I won't have that available until the end of the race. Someone awesome, he's slowly making his way back. Ty Morgo, in the meantime, gets a 2:18.2. Still not the fastest lap of the race. I'm pretty sure fella outbraking himself a tiny bit. He went wide, so he might be struggling on those tyres as well. A 2:20.7 last lap. He's keeping it easy now. He knows he's got the lead. And he's really going in the rich range for the revs, so seems as though he's either not going to make it on fuel, or he's got enough fuel to make it to the end, so we're not sure what those signs mean at this stage. So the third last lap. As for Angry, he's taking an unlikely victory as it stands. So by the looks of it, someone awesome really stuffing up the fuel numbers in his pit stop. So that's why we saw his pit stop time not as long as the other drivers. So might have cost himself quite a bit of time just by not taking on enough fuel. So unless he had a full tank coming out of the pits, I'm not sure. He could have probably got a little bit more in the tank. Yeah, 5 minutes to go. So we're almost at the end of this race. Unfortunately, we got no battles going on. We can go through the list. Black Wildcats. So another struggling race. Dean cutting the corner there. Got Carmichael in P6. Morningstar Mike, he's in P5. The Chapo's in P4, so good effort from him. Ty Borgo in P3. Someone awesome in P2. An Angry Old Fella, he's in P1. He's not going into the pits, so there's 2 laps to go. It looks as though he's very confident he's going to make it home on the fuel that he's got in his tank. It's good if I had the fuel numbers available for me to analyse. So I do not have that information. Last lap, a 2:22 flat from Angry. So he looks to be Phil saving. Unless he's had a couple of slowdowns that he's had to serve. That'll be the only other thing that I can put it down to. So what is going to happen here? Because next lap will be last lap. If he doesn't pit in, that means he has enough to make it to the end on the fill number he has. Someone Awesome's good. He's filled to the end. Ty Morgo's filled to the end. Machapo, as far as I know, he's filled to the end. Morningstar Mike is. Carmichael is. Dean is. And Black Wildcats is. So the only question mark is Angry Old Fella. So we'll go on board with our race leader. He's looking quite good. He's had quite good race pace at certain points in the race. It's mattered, the times where it's mattered most, for sure. So he could be on to his first win for the season. He's going to keep himself in contention for the championship heading into the last round. Unless he does have to pit in. It'll be quite unfortunate if he does. So there we go. It will officially be 1 lap to go. And Angry, he stays out on track, so he's obviously filled to the end. He's got a 13-second lead over someone awesome. Might have a couple time penalties as well. I'm not sure at this stage. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think I can see on the timings. Oh, I can. So he's got a 3-second penalty. So technically 10 seconds is the gap. Someone Awesome hasn't accumulated any. The only other guys that have got time penalties is Carmichael 1 second and Dean with a 3-second time penalty. But those guys are well and truly out of the picture. So we'll have a look at his inputs here. It's good to see that he keeps a little bit of acceleration along through the mid corner. He doesn't fully put 100% pressure on the brakes, so very good inputs from him. You can see the difference between him and someone awesome. He goes a lot deeper on the brakes at that stage of the track, so goes a bit wide there. A lot more brake use there as well. And he's got a slowdown. He's had to serve that. He's still got pressure from the guy behind. Sort of. Oh, he's almost rotated the car there. Lucky to hold it. Angry Old Fella. He's going to go to a pretty good race win here. And, oh, I do have the field numbers available. So he's got plenty of field. Ty Morgo's got 10 litres. So I've figured out something here. So something to keep in mind for next race. Dean only has 7.4 litres of fuel. And Black Wildcats, he has 4.6. So the question is he going to make it at the end of this lap? So here we go, the race winner, Angry Old Fella. Very unlikely winner tonight, but dominant. He was dominant with his extremely fast race pace. So I'll see if I can also get the best lap, 2:18 flat. So Angry also has the fastest lap at this stage. Is he going to crack a burnout? That is the question. Someone awesome, he's crossed the line in P2. Ty Morgo is going to cross the line in P3 at this stage. So a very awesome win from Angry Old Fella. Congratulations to him. First win of the season. Gets Chevy's first win as well. Ty Morgo goes P3. The Chapo, he's going to get a P4 finish here. So a very good effort from him. Morningstar Mike, he's only in the mid-sector, so still got a long way to go. Carmichael's finished, Dean's finished, Black Wildcats is still going, but the question is, what is his fill? He's got enough fill easy, 3.2 litres. So that is it for the guys that are running. So someone awesome's cracking a burnout. They're all cracking burnouts now. We'll go on board with our race winner. Cracking a burnout. That's Ty Morgo there getting caught up with Southern Awesome. A very deserving celebration here for Angry. Heating up the rear tyres. I wouldn't race on them again. They wouldn't even last a lap, I would assume. They'll probably pop at some point in that lap. Obviously, Project Cars doesn't simulate that part of the realism. But awesome turnout tonight for an endurance event. And there you have it. Angry Old Fella gets the race win and also gets fastest lap of the race. Someone awesome in P2, so he still maintains his championship lead over Ty Morgo, who was in P3. Machapo, I'm pretty sure it's the best result this season. That's P4 for him. Good effort. And we got Morningstar Mike, P5. Carmichael on P6. Dean the newcomer in P7. And Black Wildcats in P8. So I'll save the replay, just in case anyone disputes anything. Right, I cannot. So gonna have to leave that at that. So if anyone has anything to submit, I haven't had anything submitted this season yet, so I'm assuming that everything's alright with the driving standards. So that was an awesome effort tonight from the guys. So next week will be the final round of the GTE Sunday Series, and that will be at Le Mans for another Enduro, which will be 90 minutes. So we'll see you there. But in the meantime, before that happens, this Wednesday, round 2 of the GT5 Big Bash Series, occurring at Nürburgring Sprint Short, I think it is. That's going to be a ripper of a round. Free sprint race set up in terms of how the round is structured. And there's quite a few quick guys in there. Last week we had a grid of 12, so hope to see you there. So I've been Metamon. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and even follow my Twitch channel to get notified of when I'm live, to be able to stream round 2 of the GT5 Big Bash Series. So that's it for tonight, guys. I'll see you in the next live stream. Goodbye.